Can I ask you a serious question right now? Come here for a second, and I want you to be really honest with me. When was the last time you truly felt like you? 100% you. No anxiety, no stress, no drama, just peace in your power, knowing how beautiful you truly are. I'm Kaur Evans. Welcome to my channel. And in this series, in this particular video, I want to talk about you. See, a lot of people feel like that they lose themselves. They lose themselves and in respect. Yes, sometimes we can. We forget about who we truly are because we become consumed with the noise of the world. We adapt to mold into certain cliques and environments because we just want to know that we have a place in the world. And we can also seclude ourselves. We can forget about ourselves and our place. We can lose ourselves when we have children. We can lose ourselves when we meet a partner. But that's not what we're supposed to do. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issue of life. This is in Proverbs. So, what that means for you is knowing that everything flows from what you carry inside, not outside. You're not supposed to be this person who just flitters from one behavior to another. It's not about having an on day and an off day. Like, yes, okay, we go through situations and we may not always feel like ourselves. But when you're making decisions, when you're having those connections and those relationships, when you are leading yourself in your business, if something gets in there that was never meant to be there, then everything that is flowing from you becomes distorted. This is caused from an emotional interference. So, what do I mean by that? I want you to remember, and I said this before, you know the old televisions that we used to have. I'm talking way back when, where the black and white televisions, and sometimes we had to put a metal coat hanger just to kind of fix it and get a clear picture. But if we didn't fix it, then we'd have no vision, we'd have no picture, we'd have no sound. We'd just have this distorted noise. And so there was no clear signal. There is no clear signal. There was no clear signal. There was no clear picture. And you kind of left like, well, you know what? It's not working. What else can I do? But you go and do something else instead. We'd go play a game, we'd go play outside, we'd go and have fun. And so when we're taking a look at you, when you are not feeling yourselves, when you are not feeling like yourself, and you feel like there is something disturbing you and you just can't name it, it will always sit on top of who you are. And from the outside, it looks like you, but it's not. That reflection is not you. That interference inside is a pattern. And it's that pattern inside of you that causes you to feel that the way that you are, even though it's not you, is the way that you're supposed to be. If that makes any sense to you, then great. Comment below and let me know. Because there were times in my life where I was always molding into other people. I remember my sister always would say to me, why do you make those expressions like the girls you hang around with? My husband even said to me, don't be like everybody else. Don't copy anyone else. Don't change who you are. Stay you. Stay humble. Stay grounded. And always remain as honest as you are. So why do we feel like we need to adapt? Why do we feel like that we truly can't be ourselves? That we need to put a mask on? That we need to lie about who we truly are? Because in hindsight, the reason why most people don't feel themselves is because they are living a life where they're not truly being themselves. And the only reason why most women feel like that is because there isn't interference. And there are three signs, three patterns that have moved in. Three patterns that block you from truly knowing yourself. Number one, your reactions. Your reactions is your natural response to how you do something. So for example, I literally sat and I created a marketing plan for my business. I created this marketing plan for my business, and it's something that I have wanted for a long time. And when I say I wanted it for a long time, I wanted to be in a place where I am ready to share my work, I'm ready to share my program, my delivery, my purpose on this earth, and all I have to do is market. And I have waited a very long time for this moment because I do feel that if you are not clear in your products and services, if you're not clear on the outcomes or how you support your clients, then you're just going to be posting and praying. And that's one of the key reasons why I feel most people don't know how to put themselves across because they're not clear in the delivery of their work. And I decided to show up and do a Facebook Live. I did this Facebook Live in my pajamas. I was very tired and I had a lot of coffee. And it was very reactive. It come across very forceful and pushy. And that's not me. That was the old me. Now, why did I do that? So my husband said, "That's not you. What are you doing?" And I said, "I actually really don't know why I did that. I can't answer it." But what happens is when you are not you, you're either extremely up here, hyperactive, completely reactive. It could be positive, could be wild, could be anger, or you could be down here, low, disorientated, or going inwards. And so when you are coming from a place that is not peaceful, that is not really you, it feels exciting, but it's not, then that's not you. And so that's the first thing you need to be aware of is your reactions. Number two, you feel more like yourself in private than you do in public. Now, a lot of people call this you're an introvert or you're an extrovert, but look, sometimes I go out and I don't always want to talk to anybody. Sometimes I just want to have a quiet drink to myself with my husband. I'm not always out here to be Miss Party Girl because that's what I used to be. But then sometimes I would be more myself at home with my family and my kids, but I'd go outside and I'd get anxiety and I'd get stress. And the only reason why I did that is because I used to adjust my personality to fit the needs of the room. I would try to fit in or I would just hide away because I was just embarrassed of the way I looked or how I was. The third sign that the interference pattern is affecting you is you're someone who's been doing the inner work, haven't you? The praying, the journaling, the coaching, the courses. You may have had some subconscious work, not by me, but by somebody else, and something's still not shifted. And you feel that in your heart, and you feel it deep in your stomach, and you just keep thinking, maybe there is no hope for me. And I'm not saying that any of the work was wrong. And I'm not saying that I am perfect. I am far from perfect. And I'm not saying that I am the best. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that that work that you've been doing has not reached you at the level of where the pattern lives. I was speaking to one of the lovely ladies inside Infinite Ascension, and she said to me she's done so much work on giving and receiving, giving and receiving. See, I'm talk about wealth without worship within this formation journey that I have built. And she said there was something that I mentioned that she had never heard before. And she found it so fascinating because the penny had dropped. I reached a level within her soul, in her spirit, where things began to land and make sense. See, we think and feel that most of the confusion that we have that prevents us from truly being ourselves is a limitation. It's a block. It's subconscious. It's mindset, but it's a lot deeper. It's spiritual interference. And the thing is that you think and feel deep down, be honest, that there is something wrong with you, but there isn't. and you're not broken. And people say that a lot, and you don't need fixing, and you're not a problem. You don't have to shut yourself away from the world because the woman that God created is inside of you. The woman with the spiritual authority that God gave is within you. Your original posture, that real voice, the authority that you carry when you're fully yourself, whether you're indoors or outdoors. You see now on social media more than ever, people living online differently to offline. I'm telling you, I live online exactly how I do offline. But the things I do offline, there are some things I keep to myself because that ain't none of your business. My relationships, family, I don't always share all that stuff. But I'm telling you now, the peace that I have at home is because of the Father, because He has allowed me to recognize my God-given authority that He provided me. And if we are carrying distortion, radio friction, things that we have learned or been taught through our nervous system, these things were only given to us to feel safe. But you don't need coping mechanisms to survive. You're not supposed to be here just to survive. And the patterns that is interfering you are not part of your personality. So, a quote, my sheep hear my voice. John 10:27. You don't hear the voice just when you sort yourself out. It's not just because you're doing enough work. It's not because you haven't prayed hard enough. You're always there, available, you're heard. But you don't always need to hear something in return to know that you are guided. You've just got to ask yourself one question. What is really sitting between you and the signal from the Father right now that is blocking the profound given gifts that you're supposed to be attuned into? And if you do feel like you just need a little bit of guidance, or you just want to understand it more at a deeper level, then I want you to know this is why I built the DIAEQ, my diagnostic. Because there are 6 interference patterns that I have recognized in my coaching career as a leader, as an entrepreneur over the past 10 years. One of the women even said to me today in Infinite Ascension that she's come in as a certain pattern, but it's not her identity. And she's realized that this particular identity was blocking her from understanding the work that I'm delivering. She says that when she hears my voice, it's like I'm giving her a one-on-one session. But this is all a powerful journey, a formation journey that I have built. And it all began with a diagnostic. The DIAEQ is available for you because when you name the pattern, that's when the real you returns. You haven't lost yourself. You haven't misplaced your identity. You're just entangled with a lot of people's noises and grounded yourself in a way to keep yourself silent, to please other people, and blocking the wonderful words, the spiritual connection of the Father. And if this has really landed with you, then let me know, what do you feel is currently causing you to not feel yourself? Because you deserve to come back home and be in your authority. I'll speak to you soon.